What a great way to eat your beans and your cauliflower and your oatmeal. Am I right? Like, no brainer. This is a great breakfast. Welcome back to my kitchen. It is feeling like fall. It's not officially fall yet, but it feels like fall. And I am still doing my ice cream for breakfast with my brownie batter blended oats that I love so much, but I thought, let's make some fall flavors. We went apple picking, so I got a bunch of apples, and it's put me into this fall flavor profile situation. So today we're gonna try and prep some Ninja Creami pints together. Recipe testing this with me. I haven't done this before, and I wanna see if it's gonna work. So we're gonna do 2 fall flavors. We're gonna do pumpkin spice, obviously, pumpkin pie, pumpkin, whatever you wanna call it. Should we call it pumpkin pie, pumpkin spice, a pumpkin ice cream, and an apple spiced apple pie, an apple ice cream. And I'm gonna prep some of my chocolate Ninja Creami as well, because that is like our go-to, and we know that works. So what I was thinking that I'm going to try to do today is take my base that I usually use for my chocolate ice cream, because I know that works for that. It's got cauliflower and beans and oatmeal in it. And so I feel like that's great for me to have in the morning to start my day. And what if I just add in some apples and add in some pumpkin and some spices and like see how that works. So if we keep the same kind of base, so I'll show you what I'm gonna do. I have already stewed some apples. That my vision is that when I make the apple version, I can then do like a mix-in of stewed apples. I just feel like that would be really nice, or maybe just put some on top. I'm not really sure, but I figured I'd stew them before and then I can add them into what I blend up versus like just cutting up an apple and tossing it in there, or using applesauce. Or like I had apples and I cooked them up, so we'll add those in. Anyways, let's get started. I'm going to make the 3 today. You know I like my chocolate one already, so that's just because I need to make it, but I'll show you doing it as, I think I've kind of figured out the measurements for if it's going into 2 pints. I hope that the measurements work. Sorry, as a recap, I haven't recipe tested this before, so we're doing this together on the fly, so I hope that they work out. My goal is that what I blend up for each of them will fill 2 pints. So the one I do for apple will be 2 pints of it. The one I do for pumpkin will be 2 pints of it. And then my chocolate one, I think I figured out the chocolate one. So I've got 2 pints, like it fills it, it's the right amount. I don't know how it'll change with adding in like the extra apple and pumpkin for the other one. So we'll see, we'll learn this together. All right, let's do that. Cause you know what? I work a full-time job and I've got kids, and I would love to be a recipe developer, but I don't got time for that. So we're going to develop the recipe together. Okay. Let's start with the apple. Let me get my stuff. Okay, I whipped up an apple pie spice today and I wrote down what I put in it. So this is so I can have it. Like there's a decent amount in there. 4 tablespoons of ground cinnamon, 1.5 teaspoons of nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon of allspice, 1 teaspoon of ginger, and 1.5 teaspoons of cardamom. It smells so nice. So we're gonna put that to the side. I have also already stewed apples, so they're ready to go. Let me get my blender and all the other bits and bobs that we're gonna put in there. I did, if you watch my brownie batter blended oats, I talked about the chickpeas. I made my chickpeas. I made a big batch of them earlier today. I had them sitting overnight and then I cooked them in my Instant Pot, and I've been starting to get more into doing this. You just kind of have to know that you need to do it. People also said to toss the extra in the freezer, so I might do that if there's extra. I think there will be extra, but yeah, so much more cost effective to cook your beans versus getting cans. And I have an Instant Pot, so I might as well be putting it to use. I do use my Instant Pot a lot. Like we've got potatoes I just steamed up in there. And I cooked rice in it yesterday and beans this morning. Anyways, I've got to use it more, but I've got these now. So, okay, let's make this recipe, okay? Okay. My blender, I have this vision that it's gonna work just using the same base that I do for my chocolate version. And I'm really hopeful that that's the case because it just keeps it simple. If you know that the base works. I looked at other people's recipes online, but I don't know, I just kind of like that I'm getting so much good stuff in here. So I've got half a cup of rolled oats, half a cup of chickpeas. You know what, should I do, how much? That's my question here. How much of this? I think I want it to be pretty appley. I'm gonna do 3/4 cup of the apples. Like, I don't know. We're gonna see how this goes, see how it comes together. Okay, frozen cauliflower. I guess it doesn't have to be frozen, but I like getting the riced cauliflower for this. So we'll do a cup, okay? A cup of that. You don't need protein powder, especially if you've got the beans in there, but I have this and it's gotta get used up. So we're gonna add in 1 scoop of the vanilla protein powder. This is the one that I use. I really like I've been using this one a bit, but I like the chocolate one. I like the taste of it. I don't know, you don't need to use it. I'm gonna do a splash of vanilla in there. Okay, just a bit of salt in there. And I can't find my one, I don't know how much I want to put in. I can't find this is 1/4, so I think I'm gonna do 4. Like heaping. I think that was 4. All right, that's what's going in there. I've got oat milk today. And when I do my chocolate one, to try and get 2, I'm doing about 2.5 cups of oat milk. Let's see how that works. Blend. I'll blend this up and we'll see how it fits and how it tastes. It's finished. Just give it a little taste, see? I think that'll be nice. And then we pour it in. Let's see how many we get to the full line. Oh, so close. I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna just fill it up with like an extra little splash. Get a fresh spoon, stir that in. I have been finding, I will tell you this, I have been finding that the trick of not putting the lid on when you put this in the freezer is helping with the doming. So we'll put these in the freezer and I will try this maybe tomorrow or Thursday, but I'll film it. So these are going in the freezer. They have to be in there for at least 24 hours. We'll take those. I'm gonna wash this and we'll do our pumpkin version. I have to fix the light, okay? That's a little, is it okay? Okay, washed it out. We're gonna do the same base that I just did. So got my chickpeas again, half a cup of oats, cup of cauliflower, pure pumpkin, not the pie filling one. Okay, 1, 2, 3/4 cup of pumpkin, a little bit of vanilla, about like a teaspoon of vanilla, some salt, maybe like half a teaspoon of salt. You know what, again, because I've got this, we're gonna add this in. My pumpkin spice mix. I forget what I put in this one because this I made last year. I'll have to look it up. 1, 2, 3, and a heaping. That's for 1 teaspoon. Do the same. 1, 2. We'll just finish this carton up. Like 2.5. We'll take that and mix it up. Okay. It smells good. Definitely thicker than the other one, which makes sense. Oop. Will that be okay for the creamy? think so. Hopefully that's okay. Let's try. That tastes good too. So these will go in the freezer again for 24 hours. And I'll wash this out. I'm gonna make 2 of my blended brownie batter blended oats. The one based from Broccoli Mom. This is actually so good. It's really good. So I'm excited to have it as ice cream. Okay, we'll clean that up and I'll do my chocolate one next. Now my go-to chocolate brownie batter blended oats. We do half a cup of oats, 1 cup of the cauliflower, same base as I've done for the other ones. Okay, we'll add some salt. Splash of vanilla. Okay, I've got my cocoa powder here. I'm doing 2. My chocolate protein powder. I really like this one. Do 1 scoop of that. And 2.5 cups of plant milk. 1, 2.5. I'm gonna blend this up. And we have our chocolate. I've got 2 pints here. I think this should be exactly 2. Oh, exactly. You see this? Look at that. Filled it up. 2 pints. There you go, perfect. That measurement worked great for me. I am going to put I'm gonna make a couple more because I have a few more pints and I'm gonna do chocolate because I know that we like the chocolate one. We'll test out the apple and the pumpkin. I will come back to you over the next couple days as I try the apple and the pumpkin. So we'll see you now. Good morning. Next day, we're gonna try the apple pie, apple crisp. Well, there's no crisp, the apple Ninja Creami. I didn't put the lid on it, so you can see it didn't dome. I think I had it like tilted a little, so just a little bit. I've had it sitting out for a little bit. I just want to scrape it down, even it out, and then I just like squish this back. I like to add a splash of oat milk to start, so let me grab that. Okay, before I spin mine, I always add just a little bit of a splash on top. I just like to do it that way. Okay, we're gonna spin this up. I did a respin and I added some more oat milk to it. There's that one. Let's see. Give it a little taste. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That is appley. So good. I'm wondering if I use the mix-in feature to add in some of the stewed apples, where I just like put some on top. Let's see how I like it. And they're just stewed apples. I just cooked them with some lemon juice. It was an apple pie spice mix. Yeah, that's good. What a great way to eat your beans and your cauliflower and your oatmeal. Am I right? Like, no brainer. This is a great breakfast. I might do the mix-in feature and add make a little well in there and add in some of the apple. I don't use my mix-in feature very often, but I mean, I've got this here, so let's add it in and see how that works. It's really good. Okay, we'll mix it. Okay, finish the mix-in feature. It's all in there. And I remembered last night, oh my gosh, this is so good. Yeah, try that. I like that. And you're getting I've said this so many times, but beans, oatmeal, cauliflower. apples. I mean, yeah. Last night, I'm making sourdough, right? I've got my starter here. We have named it Franklin Paraphilus Spider-Man. I don't think we say Paraphilus, right? It's a dinosaur, the one with like the horn and it makes a noise and it's a horn. Paracephalus? I forget what the actual, but my son calls it Paraphilus. So Franklin, I named it, and then the boys added Paraphilus Spider-Man. This is our sourdough starter. And I was feeding it yesterday and was like, oh, what could I do with discard? And I looked up a granola, and I think this would be really nice on here. It's sourdough discard maple syrup. I added hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, and I just feel like that. There, now it's a crisp. All right, I'm gonna go eat my breakfast and start my day. I gotta work. There we go. Tomorrow, pumpkin pie. I'm excited. This is good. Good morning. A little later getting to my breakfast. I dropped off the kids, came back home, and I decided to get cracking on some emails. While this sat out, it's been sitting out for a while, so I gotta get spinning it. It's the pumpkin one today. I will tell you, the apple one yesterday, it was so good. Eric and I had some for dessert last night, and then Matthew and I finished off the pint after the kids went to sleep. Felix said it tasted like a candle. And he's like, don't ask me how I know that. So I don't know about that. But he's a little bit more on the picky side, but it was so good. And adding that granola that I made onto it was like, it is an apple crisp when you have the granola on it. But it was really good. Definitely will make it again. Matthew and I were both saying we still prefer our chocolate, but like, I think we're just like, that's our go-to. That's our base. But it was nice to have something a bit different. Anyways, I'm gonna spin up the pumpkin one. We'll see how this one tastes. Again, remember when I poured it, it was a lot thicker. So I did let it sat out for a while. Like I got distracted with work and I need to eat now. So I'm gonna spin this and this is what I'm gonna have. But I think it should be good. I'm going to add a little bit of oat milk on top because I do that. I don't know if this is a necessary step, but like I've just started doing it and I like how it turns out. So, we'll just keep doing it. Okay, I'm gonna spin this up. Ready? There we go. Pumpkin. I was having a pumpkin spice latte as well this morning. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, I mean, if you like pumpkin, this is great. If you don't like pumpkin, nah, this isn't for you. Yeah, this is a great dessert. And how many times am I gonna say in this video? Beans, oats, cauliflower, pumpkin. Yeah. It's as easy as this. That's just fantastic. Wow. Look at it. Look at that. You have to be someone who likes pumpkin to like this, but it is good. I like it. I'm gonna take this back to work. Shall I show you the chocolate one again tomorrow? Let's do that. Okay, I'll spin the chocolate one just so you know again how it's just so good. But pumpkin, the apple, great fall flavors. Yes. Uh-oh, I'm not in my kitchen. I'm not respinning my chocolate ice cream. I'm actually away and editing and realized that my audio didn't record. So if you want to see how that chocolate one turned out, I have a video for my chocolate Ninja Creami, the brownie batter blended oats one. It is honestly so good. But watching this all back, like, I genuinely need to share that the apple and the pumpkin worked out great. I really like them. I have another pumpkin one waiting for me in the freezer. So I'm super happy about that. And I have more stewed apples, so I'm gonna make more apple version of that, especially with the granola. It's like an apple crisp. It was so good. Nice to have a little bit more variety, because like the chocolate is a comfort where like it's our go-to flavor, but like having some other ones is great. So if you have other ideas for Ninja Creami recipes that I should test out, other creators who make them, I generally am just kind of sharing what I'm making. Like I said, I'm not a recipe developer. I'm just a person feeding herself and her family and sharing what I'm making on the fly. But yeah, if you've liked this video, if you want to see more, please subscribe. That would be great. And I will see you in the next video, and hopefully we won't have audio problems. Okay, bye.